Goody's Guide to the Galaxy, issue number one. I am officially my own show where I have a co-host, which is awesome. So, this is our first show, issue number one. Thank you for joining us tonight for issue number one to Goody's Guide to the Galaxy, where it is our mission to collect news and reviews in a world of geek culture for specifically the Star Wars fan. I am Goody.
And I am Simon.
And yes, you are. So we'll go ahead and jump right into it this week. And the first couple things we're going to talk about is Mr. Ronnie Howard, who has been giving us some really nice treats over the last several months when he took over the helm of the new Untitled Han Solo movie. The latest one, Pics A actually video that he released, he did this about a week and a half ago. He released a picture of the Gunner/Engineer helmet, which we are throwing up on our video live feed right now. The other thing that he released was a small video steaming sides of this little cavern or wall, where he describes it as a rough corner of the galaxy. So he's got some really neat things that he's giving us, little treats. What do you think? What's your opinion going on here, Simon?
I'm getting more and more excited as things progress. I don't know. There's just something about the things that he's sharing with us, and just giving us those small little, tidbits that we've been hungry for.
Right. And it's been really neat too that he has been giving these tidbits to us, and a lot of it is you really have to look closely because it's him looking at a screen, so it's a screenshot of a screenshot. It could be something like Chewbacca on a screen. It could be the one of Lando Calrissian standing in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. There's a lot of cool things he's doing, and I really enjoy that. Abrams did a lot of the same thing, and so I like this trend. I like where it's going. This kind of, hey, look, this is what's happening. And it really makes you want to see this movie far greater. It's great anticipation. It builds that drama for the December release. And like you said, I am really, really excited to see this movie next year.
Yeah, I am as well. It was interesting. I was having a conversation with a coworker, and she was, talking about Star Wars. She's like, "Okay, when's the next Star Wars come out?" And I'm like, Christmas. She goes, "Okay." She goes, "I got a little confused." And I'm like, "Confused on what?" And she's like, "Well, when Rogue came out, I was like, wait, where does this fit? And how come, because the way Disney is doing things and they're bouncing back and forth. But Han Solo filling that gap. I mean, bring it on. I like it."
Well, the beautiful thing about this is we have The Last Jedi, which will be out in December. We have the Han Solo movie, which will be out in May. And then we have Episode 9 next December. So we have 3 films within a year and a half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which works for me.
Yeah, it completely works for me. I love it. So, but on to the next story, and this is something we've all been, hoping to hear. This broke last week. We've all been talking about it on Twitter, on the website, amongst ourselves. We've been texting about it. There's been a lot of great things, and that is we finally got our KENOBI movie.
Yes.
In 2020 is slotted for the new Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. And the talks are that Stephen Daldry will be helming this. He is an Oscar-nominated filmmaker, which he did Billy Elliot, The Hours, and so apparently still in talks to do this movie. But in my opinion, a great director for this movie. I like his work. I think you even said you liked the choice, didn't you?
Yes, I do like the choice. I think it's pretty wise. I think of where the story possibly could fit. I kind of like the choice. And I like how they're mixing up styles, kind of like how Marvel mixes up styles.
Right. Yeah, I like that as well. He's a, Daltrey is a great writer. I think he's going to do the story justice. Still being talked about is that this film will take place between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, kind of like Rogue One was. So we're developing a lot of these stories for official canon and for official movies that are taking place in between these films, which is awesome. It's really filling in the stories since the original canon, which is now Legends canon, was kind of thrown out, and so they had to reevaluate and actually redo a lot of things. So in the original trilogy, Kenobi is obviously in the desert on Tatooine, a very wary hermit who later proves to be wise and powerful warrior, Jedi Knight. So I'm hoping we get a lot of that same kind of pizzazz, which they haven't announced it, that Ewan McGregor will actually play Kenobi, but he's already said publicly, I want to do it. And I think, to be honest, he's going to do a superb job.
Yeah, I hope he does. I hope they come and they just say, yes, please, just come do it. Come tie into what we've already established. I mean, why not? It just makes sense.
Correct. Yeah, I completely agree. So we're going to keep you updated as best we can, and as much as we can regarding the new, obviously, Kenobi movie. But this is slated for a 2020 release, so we're still a couple years out. And they'll probably start once they have Stephen Daltrey approved, that they'll actually go and start writing. So on to our next thing. Tonight at midnight, which we're going to air this show on a Friday. We're actually filming it right now on a Thursday. Tonight is Force Friday at midnight at Toys R Us. And there's a lot of figures that have been kind of breaking over the past 2 days that they've been showing on the internet. And that is a new 6-inch Black Series Last Jedi exclusive figures. With these come a 6-inch Snoke with a throne. And if you'll notice on Snoke's hand, on his left hand, he has this big signet ring, which is rumored to be a Kyber crystal. Kyber crystals all obviously power lightsabers, so this is actually quite interesting. The next, we have a new Series 6-inch Elite Praetorian Guard with both sword and heavy blade. Now, the Praetorian Guard are the new version of the Emperor's Royal Guard, which there's been an evolution, which we're showing you right now, from the prequels. The Guard was a bit Romanish in blue, to the original trilogy where they were all in red. Some of it was a little blackish. Then we have this new version, which is more samurai-ish. There is a difference, but it's more of a cross between samurai and stormtrooper, which actually looks pretty neat. They all have different weapons, different fighting styles apparently. So now there's a Walgreens exclusive 6-inch Black Series Episode 5 and 6 Spirit Obi-Wan. It looks a little interesting, a little cheesy, but it's something that I think collectors will want to pick up possibly.
I think so.
Yeah, it's certainly a different look. We never had anything like this with the original figurines back in the 70s and 80s. We didn't have any kind of Force Ghost figurine. So this is an interesting turn. So what do you think of these that we're kind of getting a sneak preview of?
It's funny because I as I'm scrolling through these, Snoke looks interesting. And depending on the size of him, that would be kind of cool. I didn't even notice that ring until you pointed it out. I will say the Kenobi, he looks a little cheesy, but I don't know. I wouldn't mind staring at him on my shelf.
You're such a pervert. Now, with this Snoke figurine that we're talking about, action figure, we should say, it is rumored that this figurine or action figure is going to be quite tall or big. It's rumored the character itself is going to be about 7 feet tall, which we can dive into in a later episode. There's a lot of rumors swirling around of who this gentleman might be. There's a lot of talk that if you read the Chuck Wendig series, the very last one that he did, Empire's End, it talked about this dark presence in the unknown regions, and that we're talking about Snoke. So this is supposed to be a very dark force sensitive character. So not much known about him, obviously, from what we've seen in a few of the comics that just got released this past month, as well as The Force Awakens. So we're hoping that The Last Jedi reveals a bit more.
Yeah. I was looking at these characters a little bit more, and I think it was an article a couple weeks ago where they had shown some of the throne room, if you want to call it, where it's all red.
Yeah.
Yet these characters are all red. So could it be that it's more of a camouflage?
Yeah.
So they blend in, and then it's like, hiya. and that's
Hiya.
Official canon. Hiya.
That's official canon. You heard it here first, by the way. That during the film, when they pop out of obviously nowhere, of camouflage concealment, they actually scream hiya. You can take that to the bank.
Yes.
So, that is official, and like I said, you heard it here first. Mr. Simon Johnson broke it. So good job, Simon. So
I broke it.
Yes.
I didn't fix it either.
Yeah. So by the time you see this, it will already be Force Friday. The stores, I'm sure, will be looted clean, at least most of the way. Try and get to the Toys R Us or the Targets and Walmarts, and obviously these are being released at the Walgreens, which is very interesting.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It's kind of weird, actually, but cool characters nonetheless. And there's a lot of things coming out on Force Friday that we don't know everything just yet. And there's actually new things coming out of the Disney Campfire, which we'll jump to that right now. And that is, it's not being released on Force Friday. It's not even being released until October. And that is a new Lego set that has 7,541 pieces. It is the largest Lego set in Lego history. And that is a new version of the Millennium Falcon. They have built and sold several versions of these throughout the years, but this by far is the greatest. Go to the link, check it out. It's on their Facebook page. This set comes out October 1st of this year. It is a gigantic set, and to be honest, this looks spectacular.
Yeah, the pieces alone on this bad boy, it's huge. I don't know if
what I like about this though is that if you go back to that first picture that shows all the pieces, go back a couple more. There you go, and it actually shows the size comparison between the characters and the ship itself, and this is actual size between the ship and the characters themselves.
It's huge. And you know what I like about it? It is one of their collector ones. It's their certain line that they have.
Yeah.
Recently they came out with the snow speeder, which is a cool looking vehicle. They have Slave 1, which I still am drooling over every time I go into the Lego store. What's neat about it too is you have original dish and new dish.
Yeah, that's what I like. So you can, and it comes with characters from original canon and Force Awakens. So you can pull that dish off, put on the new dish, and put the new characters in there, Rey, Finn, and little BB-8, and play with it, put it up on a shelf or whatever you're gonna do with it. But yeah, this is actually spectacular, and it's of course a whopping $800. So save your pennies, save dimes, nickels, quarters, any you can. but this is a collector's edition Lego, which actually looks really spectacular. I have a couple myself, not of this obviously because it's not out yet, but I have a couple of collector's edition Lego sets that are still sitting in the box. So
this thing is awesome looking.
Yeah, how can you not like that? That's just spectacular. So
yeah.
The last bit is actually something funny that thehardtimes.net put out there, and when I saw it, I saw the headline and my jaw dropped and I instantly got so irritated. But I realized after looking closer at the picture and I started reading the article that it was such BS, but it's hilarious. And that is, someone did a spoof of a Disney announcement saying that they're making a young Aunt Beru spin-off film, and that it would be starring Jennifer Lawrence, which is just hilarious. It's a spoof article. It's not true. It's actually, there's no merit to it whatsoever. But the funny part was that how they were quoting the director Ellen Hodge, and they were quoting Jennifer Lawrence, and they got down Jennifer Lawrence's attitude type of responses, how she responds to interview questions. I thought it was just hilarious.
That is funny.
And the article starts out with, the people I've spoken, they've said, give me as many of these films as humanly possible, said director Ellen Hodge, so that they're not going to get. So now they're going to get Aunt Beru, a Star Wars story, which will show an ass-kicking farmer's wife, Beru, who she was before the tragic events of A New Hope. It's a funny article. Go check it out. It's good for a great laugh. It really is.
That is funny, actually. I mean, why not? No, I'm just kidding. I mean, pretty soon we're going to get like the Jawas, the Jawa story and all that kind of stuff. But honestly, I think if they were going to do something in the line, if they expanded on Troopers, the probably one of the original fanfare films, I mean, that would be cool to do a dark and gritty, like, cop story.
And that was, I remember when we came across this, and that was back in the 90s, I think.
This is a while ago.
Yeah, but it was great. Go to YouTube, look up Troops, Star Wars. It's a spoof off the original Cops television TV show. They use the same song, the same music. It's actually done really well, and it actually won a lot of awards in terms of fan films and from I almost said Disney, but from Lucasfilm. So, and they aired it at a lot of the cons, as well as they still air it at the celebrations. They'll air movies in a separate screening room. They always air the original trilogy, the prequels, and they always air fan films. And this is one that they continuously keep showing because it's that good. So go look it up. It's called Troops. You can find it on YouTube.
You can find it on our website too. If you go into the section Film Friday, I've got it in there with a lot of other great short films. But I crack up every time. I think it's fantastic. And if they did something like that, I'd watch it.
Yeah, you know what? I should probably start posting some of these more in Film Friday too, because there's a lot of these fan films that people make. I'm just talking Star Wars because we're in Goody's Guide right now, but a lot of these fan film Star Wars movies are just phenomenal because what you can do now with just a simple Apple laptop. But you gotta go check these out. Go to our website, check these out. Look under Fan Film Friday. Our website, constantcollectible.com. But go check it out.
Right on. And now just one question before we move on. I'm going to back up to Force Friday. Are they doing another live stream event where they're showing all the products that are coming out again, like they did last year?
They were supposed to. I have not seen anything on it, and I need to actually jump on that, see if I can find it. But they did talk about they were going to do a live stream for all the brand new products coming out. I think we're probably both looking at it right now.
I think we are.
A lot of the articles right now all talk about this brand new Force Friday 2 Lego set, which everyone is just drooling over.
Yeah.
There's actually a few different articles you can hit up to here. What we'll do is we'll put the links up here for the Force Friday that you can watch, and by that time they'll probably already pass, but that's okay. Check on them. Head down to Toys R Us, head down to Target, Walmart. Check out these new products. From what we talked about, I think about a month ago when we got the leak of the product list. There's only a partial product list, if you remember right. There's a lot of cool stuff coming out, and it's not only brand new stuff for The Last Jedi, but it's for the original trilogy as well. There's a lot of old stuff being brought back, kind of nostalgic stuff. So go check it out. I try to make it to Toys R Us tonight.
I think one of the things that wasn't on that list is the Sphero BB-9E, the bad droid.
Yeah.
Sphero also has the
Raiders version.
Yes, I mean these are cool looking things. I mean Sphero does some great stuff. That would be definitely high on my list.
Hello, hello. Let's see what.
But who knows what's coming?
Yeah, tonight will be actually really interesting. So I'm sure by Saturday, when the three of us will be at Long Beach Comic Con, we'll probably be able to show you some of the stuff there as well.
True. Yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be some people that picked it up and they might try and resell as well. So we'll be posting pictures, live video from Long Beach Comic Con Saturday. So this is Goody's Guide to the Galaxy episode 1. This is one of many to come. We are splitting up our original show into different segments. It makes it easier to watch. No one gets bored of anything. And so, Simon, where can we find you?
Well, you can find me at Twitter at C_collectible, all over the social media for Constant Collectible, of course, our website.
Awesome. So you can find me under this title here on Twitter at ChadGriffin12. You can find me on Instagram at DJ Kilt. You can find me on Facebook as well at Chad Goodwin, as well as our website, ConstantCollectible.com. We do have a new email address if you have any questions, comments, concerns, and that is it's feedback@ConstantCollectible.com. Check back with us again next week. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to all things Constant Collectible, whether it be on our website, YouTube, Instagram, wherever else we are. We are on social media everywhere to keep up with to date with news and reviews from the world of geek culture. So I am Goody.
And I'm Simon.
And we look forward to seeing you again.
Yes.